Hello fellow members and welcome back to another fun activity with eClub. Today we're going to be testing out the question everybody has been wondering all summer. Does sunscreen really work? Through the sunlight experiment, we're going to learn how sunscreen works, what happens when UV rays hit our skin, and how is it that sunscreen actually does protect us. Sunscreen is something very important to even avoid long-term effects, meaning things that we might see affect us in the future. So let's get our workspace ready and let's get ready to do this experiment. Okay, so now we have our workspace ready. So now what is it that our workspace is going to look like for this experiment? What will be our lab tools, right? Well, for this experiment, we're going to need a paintbrush. We're going to need some sunscreen, and you can use any sunscreen you have at home. If you even want to experiment with different types of sunscreen, please go ahead, so you can see the difference in which sunscreen is more effective than the other. And of course, always write down your observations in a piece of paper. We want to be a great scientist one day, right? But now, what else do we need? Well, we actually need dark pieces of paper, meaning if you have construction paper at home, if you have black, that would be super. But red or blue can also work, even green. But I think black will be the best for this experiment. But the others will work as well if you have them. So what are we gonna do, right? Well, I suggest that we have two pieces of paper out and that we now pour in one piece of paper the sunscreen, right? Don't try to make so much of a mess. And you don't need a lot, but just enough so that we can do some art. So now that you have your sunscreen in the piece of paper, just like I do, you're going to now dip your paintbrush. You're going to dip it. Ta-da! Dipped. So now with your brush, you're going to draw whatever you like. For instance, I'm going to draw a sun, but you can draw anything you prefer. Okay, so after we're done painting anything we wanted in our piece of paper, we're going to go outside and we want to give our art piece an experience like we have it every day in the sun. So we're going to place it somewhere where it's the sun, right? Where the sun is hitting brightly. Okay, awesome. So after 30 minutes, we're going to see a big difference. The paper where we did our painting, the places where we put sunscreen, we should see that the paper didn't change color. But where there is no sunscreen, the paper kind of burned a little bit. So now, what does your paper look like? Did your sunscreen work? And did it have different results than mine? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully you have a lot of fun doing this experiment just like I did. Thank you so much for joining us and keep joining us for more activities.